Right when I wake up, I'm feeling way too much, hoping I can work my way around.
Hello. This is Vashti here, just checking in with a quick update. This has been kind of a one step forward, two steps back kind of week. On the upside, I am completely off of all of the really heavy medications at this point. I was finally allowed to take off of the Keppra, which is an anti-seizure medication, which was also very heavily sedating. So getting off of that has given me a lot more momentum during the day, even though I'm still very draggy and I still have a lot of trouble with multitasking. So one thing I'm noticing more and more now is that, like, if more than one person is speaking in a room, it's very confusing to me. Like, I have to tell people to slow down, or one person at a time, or I have to take a break or separate myself, because that's very overwhelming. But I am up and around a lot more. I drove my car for the first time today since the surgery, which I didn't go far. I went around the parking lot, did some practice turns, went around the neighborhood. But the good news is it felt like normal. It actually felt better than it did before the surgery, because pre-surgery, I was so sensitive to light that it was really hard for me to focus on the road when I was driving. And I could tell right away that was a major improvement. So that's a relief. I'm not going to be doing any major road trips anytime soon, but I'm going to start practicing again and getting up to the point when I can do errands and back and forths and stuff a little bit further out. So that's a relief. In more not so happy news, my vitals are kind of out of control. So I'm going to have several appointments in the coming week to try to figure out what in the world is happening, because my blood pressure is like through the roof, like to the point that the technicians are like, here's what you do if this happens, because it means you're having a stroke, kind of out of control. My resting heart rate is like double what it's supposed to be, pretty consistently. So in the coming week, right now it's the weekend, but this week coming, I've got a number of appointments to kind of address that, because considering the fact that I'm on blood pressure medication and it's still that high, and that my resting heart rate is really, really high, like double what it should be, that's a little concerning, because, you know, after everything that we've been through, I don't want to have a stroke and wind up worse off than I was to begin with. So happy thoughts on that behalf would be awesome. So I'm kind of taking it easy. I'm not supposed to be doing as much physical exercise until we figure out what's going on and get things stabilized. So that's kind of slowed down a little bit, but still working on my occupational therapy, getting much better with my fingers. Piano is coming back. My handwriting is getting better. It's actually a little better than it was pre-surgery. I noticed, like, before I went in for surgery, my handwriting was getting a little uncontrolled. And now after, I have a little bit more control now the tremors are slowing down of my script. So that's a nice thing. Doing a lot of weird exercises just to get better with the fine motor skills and things like that. And we're working on a lot of multitasking things. And because I'm a musician and a music teacher, working on doing a lot of things with rhythm and remembering sequences and stuff, which will come in super handy. So that's going well. So again, it's kind of a one step forward, two steps back kind of thing, making some progress, but a couple of scary things going on as well. So that's where we are. I will check in again soon. Thank you for visiting, and peace and love.